I'm sure everyone watching this video right now is very familiar, sometimes frustratingly so, with the online dating app known as Tinder. So do you think you know everything there is to know about Tinder? Today I want to share 11 curious facts you probably didn't know about your favorite or most hated online dating app. Keep watching to find out. Curious fact number 1 is that before its launch, Tinder was originally going to be called Matchbox. Fortunately for us, the creators didn't like this term, so they made it time to sit down together and have a look through a thesaurus, because they all still liked the concept of something being a flame or a light or on fire. So they started having a look at all the terms that they might want to use. They finally settled on Tinder, not just because it had the right meaning, but also because the word Tinder sounds a little bit like the word Tinder, and they wanted to have that rhyming association that would go with their new burgeoning app. Curious fact number 2 is that when the undisputed king of mobile swiping apps, that being Tinder, came out in the 12th of September 2012, it didn't actually include a swiping feature. There was absolutely no way to swipe right or swipe left to indicate whether you did or didn't like a woman's profile. Curious fact number 3. Much like Facebook, when Tinder was originally launched, it was intended only to be used on university campuses. This is in large part why Tinder included such a simplistic like or dislike feature on their program, because they wanted to appeal to the younger generation. Look what happened to the rest of us. We started liking what the youngins liked as well. Curious fact number 4. This may be surprising to you, or maybe it isn't surprising at all, but a recent study by Global Web Index discovered that a whopping 42% of Tinder users are currently already in a relationship. Curious fact number 5 is that Tinder actually has an online version. So you can log onto your computer, hop onto Tinder, and actually use Tinder using your computer. Now, I highly recommend this, first of all, because it is much easier to type messages and have a conversation using your computer than it is trying to touch type with your little finger on a mobile phone screen, but also because it is far easier to fake your GPS location using your computer than it is on your phone. Curious tip number 6. Tinder Online actually has a business mode feature. So what is this? Well, when Tinder Online was originally released, it included a tiny little Easter egg, which was a business function that you could tap, and when you pressed it, it would instantly change the screen to something that looked like a spreadsheet and information gathering page. Now, this was designed as a bit of a joke so that people could push the button in case your boss walked past you while you were at work, and it would look like you were still working rather than checking out that cute girl on Tinder. Well, this feature caused such a stir because it was an unannounced feature and so many people talked about it that Tinder decided to leave it in. So anytime you log into Tinder Online now, you can go ahead and click on that business feature to see that little joke that they included. Curious fact number 7. In a bid to support the LGBTQ community, a couple of years ago, Tinder had a competition for a couple, a LGBTQ couple who met on Tinder, that Tinder would have a competition and that couple would win $100,000 towards their wedding. While I really love this idea and support the concept of gay marriage, Tinder has really shut the bed on this one. Why? Because transgender individuals on Tinder almost always get banned, and banned for life with no recourse. Why? Because Tinder has an incredibly itchy banning finger, and it only takes a couple of people to complain about a profile with no real reason for Tinder to ban them for life. As a result, the world is full of bigoted people who find transgender individuals on Tinder offensive and complain about them. Curious fact number 8. In 2018, Tinder made over $800 million. I could buy one $800 million hooker or 800 million $1 hookers. Curious fact number 9. What country in the world do you think has the highest number of Tinder users of any country? In fact, what country do you think has over twice as many Tinder users as the second most populated country? If you guessed Brazil, then you are correct, because Brazil has a whopping over 33% of worldwide Tinder users. Curious fact number 10 is the Tinder Ihop effect. What is the Tinder Ihop effect, you ask? I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to tell you. The Tinder Ihop effect is the realization that every time Tinder usage increases in a US town or city, the patronage to IHOP restaurants after 8 p.m. increases in that town or city. So Tinder directly feeds clients to Ihop, because where else are you going to go after 8 p.m. for a date when you're hoping to flirt with a girl enough to get a shag? Apparently, the most romantic spot on the map is Ihop. And curious fact number 11, 10, 1, 11, yeah. So curious fact number 11 is actually that Tinder is going back to its roots, and it's in the process of releasing something that's called Tinder University. That's right. If you live on a United States campus, and you have a .edu address, you can actually go ahead and register for Tinder using that email address, and let them know that you're at the university, and they will give you an invitation to join Tinder University, and then only match with people who live on your local campus. And of course, this video wouldn't be complete without a bonus fact number 12, which is that I actually have a free Tinder photo cheat sheet. That's right. If you're struggling to get good photos for Tinder, I developed a cheat sheet, which is a complete guide about how to choose the right photos for your Tinder profile so that you get more matches than you've ever gotten before. Go ahead and download that for free. I'll put a link up here, and I'll put a link down in the comments below as well. Did you know these facts? Were there any facts that you didn't know that you hadn't heard of before? What was the most surprising fact that I mentioned today? Let me know in the comments below. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And of course, click the little bell icon so you don't miss out on any of my future releases. I'm Damien Deeker, and I look forward to seeing you in my next videos.